Hey everybody, welcome back to Living My Best Life at 50. This is Dre, and time to get this channel back on track. What was the plan? The plan was to track my journey to 50. I turned 49 on the 19th of May a few days ago, and the whole plan was to have fun, get healthy, and really change my life. And then all of a sudden, we got hit by the scamdemic. And that sort of hijacked this channel for a little while as well. So the normal services stopped, and a couple of videos were shared, but I'm done with that now. People need to learn for themselves, need to wake up. It's time to focus on me. And what do we do? Well, I'm still in lockdown, so I'm not allowed to work legally. Our sector's shut down in real estate. So what have I done? I've researched the crap out of how to fix my body. So to give you a short history, 2011, I woke up, I was weighing 136 kilograms. I had to start exercising, and that should have been the start and the total change in my health journey. And it was temporarily. So what did I do? I exercised. I bought kayaks. I paddled an hour a day. I would spend an hour a day in the evenings in the gym. In essence, doing 11 workouts a week. Wasn't losing weight. I was relatively careful how I ate. Went to see a homeopath. Homeopath twice a week gave me acupuncture and sent me to a dietitian from the Diabetic Federation of South Africa, Association of South Africa. Put me on this balanced diet, balancing carbs, balancing proteins, eating 6 meals a day. And what happened? In 3 months, my insulin went from 27 to 25. I believe normal range is between 5 and 7. I lost about 2 or 3 kilograms. She was stumped. She didn't have an answer for it. I didn't have an answer for it. It was costing me an absolute fortune. I was in the car with one of my work colleagues going to see a customer, and I heard Professor Tim Noakes on the radio, and he was talking about a different way of eating more fat, cutting carbs. To me, it didn't make sense, totally unbalanced, goes against every single thing I've ever been taught. But I listened to what he said, and I thought, you know what, this sounds plausible. He's done it successfully, and he's proposing I eat the kind of foods I like to eat. I mean, geez, lots of meat, lamb chops with the fat on. I got to cut out things like potatoes, which I love, no bread. But I thought, let me give it a go. And as of that day, I said, well, stuff it. My training continued, and I cut carbs out of my diet. I was eating a 3-egg omelette for breakfast with cheese and bits of meat cut into it. I'd eat a bit of fatty biltong or dried meat for those not in South Africa during lunchtime if I felt hungry. And when it came to supper time, a couple of lamb chops, some eggs, a little bit of veg, not enough veg. I never eat enough veg, but a bit of veg. In 3 months, I lost 18 kilograms, and my insulin dropped back down into normal levels. And that was all fantastic. And then what happens? What happens with everybody? The stress of work gets to you, winter gets to you, you struggle to get to training, the pressures of the corporate world, there were threats of job cuts, we were working extra time, and wasn't preparing food. Look again, it's a toasted sandwich here, a toasted sandwich there, but it's okay because I'm healthy. And before you know it, you're off the rails and you're almost back to square one. And that brings me to today. Fast forward 8 years. What do I know? What have I done to try to lose weight? What do I know already? I went for a physical a couple of months ago. Everything is fine. Doctor tells me I'm 100% healthy for my age. Testosterone's a little bit lower than normal, which is not too abnormal for someone my age, but let's treat it. And I think, well, that's it. That's the elixir to me losing weight. So I go for quarterly injections to boost testosterone. I do feel a little bit better. I feel like I've got a little bit more energy. I get in the gym. I'm really watching what I eat. I'm cutting carbs, and I'm still not losing weight. And again, researching, going through the net, and boom, light bulb moment. I was declared insulin resistant. My insulin was too high. That reversed fairly quickly the first time. It's obviously not happening now. So what am I doing? I'm exercising 4 to 5 times a week. Our gyms are now closed, so I can't go to gym, but I have been walking, I've been mountain biking, I've been doing body weight exercises, and nothing was happening. So I did a bit more research. I started intermittent fasting. Fasting anything between 13 to 20 hours. Nothing too hectic, just means you create a little fasting or a little eating window, and again your meals are healthy. I'm pretty much following keto as tightly as I can, make sure I'm cutting carbs. I've done 25 fasts. I've done one 48-hour fast just to see what it was like, and then I did out of curiosity, a 5-day fast, 120 hours. Was really surprised at how well I felt, and I literally broke the fast because I was bored. I wanted to cook something, I felt like eating something, but hunger cravings were gone, and that really sort of piqued my interest, and I started looking more into long-term fasting. So despite all that, the other day I tested my fasting sugar and it was still sitting at 5.9, which is too high. And no panic, just really a sign I'm still insulin resistant. A little bit more research. It can take 3 to 8 months to reverse, but it is reversible, and I'm going to have my best go at it. Now, I didn't put a disclaimer up front, but I'm going to put it in right here. I'm not a doctor. I don't plan on being a doctor. My research is pretty much off YouTube. I've watched enough videos to almost give myself an honorary doctorate, but I won't. So don't go into anything like this. Don't take this as medical advice. It's not. It's my journey. It's my experiment with my body, really. And I'm prepared to take the risks that come with it. But if you're going to try any of this, and I encourage you to try it, but please apply common sense. Go see a doctor first. Make sure you're in the physical state to handle it. My personal one, I was at a doctor a couple of months ago. He's happy with everything, all my body parameters. I'm on 0 medication whatsoever for any kind of ailment, barring a couple of multivitamins. So I'm not treating any conditions. I'm not diabetic. I don't have heart disease. I don't even have cholesterol. But I'm not losing weight, so clearly I'm still insulin resistant. And yes, it's my assumption. Go see your doctor. Come on, guys. Don't be silly. So what are we going to do? I'm going to do a long-term fast. It's going to be as long as it needs to be. What is the science going to be? First up, I have a digital scale that links to my phone. So I use bioelectrical impedance to measure the different parameters within your body. It's not going to be 100% accurate, but I'm not too concerned about a 2 to 3% variance in terms of body fat. You'll pick up that there are algorithms embedded within this that is going to have direct relationships between muscle mass, water mass, your body fat. I'm not concerned about BMI because I don't believe in that BMI measurement at all. It doesn't factor in any kind of muscle mass. But as you can see, my skeletal muscle is too low. It gives me a very high count on muscle mass. I do believe once my weight comes more within ideal parameters and I can lose 10 to 15 kilograms, that all will normalize and even out, and I'll be in normal parameters for pretty much everything. So yeah, you can see a basic history, daily measurements over the last week or so, how stuff does fluctuate. So it's going to be interesting to see what the fluctuations will be when I'm not eating anything other than basically water and a bit of coffee. So in terms of exercise, what am I going to do? Well, I'm trying to keep it consistent, make it marginally scientific if I can. So the consistency is going to be probably mornings. We're going into winter now. We're just approaching our first major cold fronts. We're going to have temperatures of -1 degree Celsius, which is a little bit cold to go cycling in the mornings. So more than likely my mornings will consist of bodyweight exercises. And in keeping with the theme of living my best life at 50, I'm going to go with 50 reps if I can, or nearest to. So bodyweight squats, 50 of those, in as few sets as possible. If I can do it all in one set, fantastic. If not, I'll break it up. Push-ups, 50. Dips, I'm not going to make 50 dips no matter how many sets I do, so I'll do dips to failure until I can do 50 dips. and the same with pull-ups, but I doubt that will come in this fasting period. It's going to take a little bit longer. And then I'm going to be doing planks, probably 50 seconds per plank, and I'll do as many sets as I can. Cardio wise, simple, walking or cycling. I'm going to keep it 30 to 60 minutes. If I'm going to go for a walk, I will try jog or shuffle or however best I can get a slightly faster movement, but I'm going to be measuring my heart rate. So I won't over exceed my maximum efforts. I'll try to keep my heart rate within certain parameters, and that'll determine how quickly I can do a set route. Whether I'm cycling, whether I'm running, it's going to be the same route, so I'll keep it as consistent as possible. Again, the determining factor is going to be how I feel. How am I going to feel not eating? Pretty much water fasting. So what is my daily feedback going to consist of every evening? I'll give an update on my body parameters. So my weight, which will be taken first thing in the morning, before I drink anything, after I've been to the toilet. My weight, my body fat, water mass, muscle mass. I'll give feedback on my exercise for the day. So how did I feel running, cycling, my body weight exercises. Most importantly, again, what am I feeling and what to expect at this time frame. So included in the daily free feedback, I'm going to do a bit more of an info session. So before I even get into the information, if any of you or most of you that have watched this long that haven't ever looked up things like intermittent fasting or water fast or long-term fasting, and eat according to the American way where you have to have your 3 meals and snacks and, you're welcome to go look it up and debunk that yourself and make up your own mind. I don't agree with it. I don't want to eat that way. It doesn't work for me. I've proven that to myself. I don't have to prove it to anyone else. I'm not going to do it. So what are the myths? Okay, so some of you that have lasted this long are thinking after 3 days your body's just going to waste away, you're going to eat away your muscle, and you're going to suffer malnutrition. Because that's what science has told us for the since the 1970s. Well, that myth's been busted too. So please go research that. But if not, come and watch me waste away to nothing, and let's see what happens. What are the things we're going to be discussing? In a lot of the research I've done, I've learned a hell of a lot about the different stages of fasting, the different states your body goes through in terms of release of hormones. So growth hormone release, autophagy, where your body starts repairing itself and healing itself, the effects of leptin on your appetite, and why it's difficult to start fasting and difficult to skip meals, and then ghrelin that goes along with that, which sort of basically creates those hunger pangs when your blood sugar drops. But we'll go through all that information, and I'll put some graphs in, and I'll put some other information in. There's a hell of a lot of things we're going to go through, and I don't think I can get through all of them in a fast that I can sustain, but we'll get through as many as possible, and if need be I may even carry on with this series and add some more stuff. So how long are we going to do this thing for? Well, pretty much as long as it takes. You've seen earlier what my parameters are, where I'm sitting at the moment, and even though I've lost some weight, it's nowhere near my goal. I've got a long-term goal, but my short-term goal is I want to get my body below 15% body fat, which is by no means any dangerous levels. It gets me back into a fit, or according to my scale, an athlete mode. And I want to get my weight between 110. So the plan here is to water fast until I hit one of those parameters, whichever it might be. So if my muscle's going to waste away, I'm going to hit the 110 kg first. And if it doesn't, hopefully it doesn't, I will get to the 15% body fat first. But we'll debunk a lot of myths along the way, and we'll see that I don't think I'm going to lose too much muscle mass, if that's what the science says. So in terms of safety, I hear a lot of you're freaking mad, it's dangerous, will there be a doctor? No, there's not going to be a doctor, not unless something goes seriously wrong, which I hope it doesn't, and I doubt it will. But I'm not doing this under doctor supervision. I have been checked up. I will, out of interest, go have a checkup afterwards and see what he says, what he thinks. It'll be quite interesting to hear. Will I be monitored? Yes, I will. Every single day, trust me. I've got an agreement. What if I feel fine and I want to continue, but they are unhappy with something in terms of the measurements, parameters? It can be blood pressures, it can be anything like that. If there's something they're not happy with, well, we've come to agreement. They got full veto rights. and trust me, I don't want to make them angry. So any party is not happy with, immediately I stop the fast. I'm not out to hurt myself, I'm here to heal myself. In a nutshell, that's where I'm going. Water fast, going to be in excess of 7 days, maybe 10 days, maybe 15. It's going to be as long as it takes. It's going to be an interesting journey. I'm going to feedback every single day. I will give you feedback on all the parameters. So guys, if you want to follow me in this journey, like this video, subscribe if you haven't, and click the bell icon if you want to be notified of the daily videos. Come partner me in this journey, or at least part thereof. And if you're happy with it and you find it interesting, please share it with your friends. I'd like to get this channel up and running. Can I say, come along, be my wingman. Dre out.